Well, sometimes we don't believe a story will happen until we see it. That's the case next week with a long-awaited human rights hearing for day school survivors in Burns Lake, British Columbia. APTN's Kathleen Martins will be attending the first week of the hearings. Hi, Kathleen. It seems we only talk about this story involving discrimination and the RCMP every few years, and the key word there being talk, yet it sounds like there could be some real action next week in northern BC, right?
Yeah, I'm happy to be back and tell you that something's going to happen on this story next week. I'll be going to cover for APTN and the Canadian Human Rights Tribunal. They're going to be in Burns Lake, BC, which is many hours north of Vancouver, northern British Columbia, and they're going to hold their first hearing outside of their office in Ottawa.
Well, Kathleen, is this the usual way the tribunal works, by traveling to individual communities to hold these hearings?
Yeah, no, good question. No, this is the first ever time they're going to be outside their office in Ottawa. They were asked by the day school survivors who are going to be testifying in front of the tribunal if they could hold it in their own community. This way they don't have to make the many-kilometer trip to Ottawa. A lot of these survivors are older. Some have illnesses. As well, they wanted the whole community to be present, to provide support, and to hear their stories.
That's certainly some big news and important news, and it is good that they're going up there. So what will the survivors end up telling the tribunal, Kathleen?
Right. Well, they filed this complaint, human rights complaint, in 2020. But this goes back to when they were children, 4, 5, 6 years old, attending day school, Immaculata Day School in Burns Lake. It's a First Nation. It was run by the Catholic Church. There was a priest, there were nuns, there were missionaries. They were forced to attend during the day. They went home after school, but they said they didn't talk to their parents about the abuse they suffered. They said they were physically abused at the school. What happened is they went forward probably around 2010, started talking about it, remembering it. This is historical stuff, so it doesn't always come up right away. They went to RCMP. They said, listen, we want to file a complaint of physical abuse about what happened to us at day school. RCMP said, okay, we'll investigate. They assigned an officer. According to the survivors, he botched the job. He didn't bring an interpreter. He wasn't trauma informed. And he certainly didn't seem to have a grasp on residential school, day school experiences. Because of that, they felt discriminated against as Indigenous people who did have to go to day school. And so they filed a human rights complaint. The Canadian Human Rights Commission agreed that there was discrimination. The RCMP could have done better. Also, what bothered the survivors, no criminal charges came out of this investigation. It was just closed. And they want to tell their stories. So the Human Rights Commission agreed, ordered the tribunal to hold a hearing, and this happened in originally 2020. Now we're going to be 2023, and this is supposed to take place next week in Burns Lake.
Well, this is such an important story, Kathleen. Thanks so much for this, and we'll certainly be watching this as it unfolds.
Okay, you're welcome.